Hello, everyone. How are we all today? I'm back a day later and an hour later than usual. I hope you don't mind. I am just really tired. Done some traveling this week, and I got back at about 7 p.m. or something yesterday. It was a full day of traveling, so I thought, yep, I might take some time to just have a wee lie-in in the morning and do the stream an hour later. But I'm here at least, and so are you. Welcome. We've got Scott and we've got Sybil. Hello to you guys. The birds are spreading their pre-dawn songs everywhere. I love this time of day. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds nice. We've got Natalie as well and Sarah. Hello to you. Karen Be Puzzled is here. Good morning, Steve. Thank goodness it's Friday. Yes. Hi, Concerning Blue. Hello, Anna. Hello, Clark. 6:30 for you, so a little bit less crazy time. I think you can appreciate that. Um, Anita, hello. You can see it here. Thank you, Clark. Yes, I forgot to ask you to let me know. It's good news that you can see and hear me. I'm glad. I had to reset up everything from scratch because I took a lot of my equipment with me down to England, of course. So I was like, oh, I've got to put it all up again and all in the right place and the right way. And oh, it's an upheaval when I have to travel with all my stuff. Hello, Suze. How are you? But I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy to be back doing this puzzle. So I put it to the vote. There were four puzzles to choose from, and it was the House of Puzzles Patchwork Rainbow puzzle that won the vote for which live stream puzzle I would do next. I'm very happy with that. All of them were lovely puzzles. Would have been happy with any one of them. Close second, I think. Well, not even close. This ran away with it. But second place was the Magnolia one. So I may have to just choose to do a Magnolia just generally, so I can so I can get one of them done. I really would love to try Magnolia, but I'm happy with this. This looks like it's going to be a lovely puzzle. House of Puzzles, Patchwork Rainbow, and the artist is Jane Tattersfield. I suspect this puzzle is not going to be quite as straightforward as it might seem. You think it's a gradient, probably fine, but there are a lot of patterns in here, and some of them are repeated. This is just going on the box image, which isn't the complete image. There is a poster inside, which I'll pull out in a wee bit and have a look at. It also says include unique pieces. So it appears to be random cut. Um, who's that? Clark. The sun's not up yet here, lol. Well, the sun appears to have gone away now in Scotland. We've had a heat wave here in the UK, like major, major heat wave. I don't know if you can tell. Moms caught the sun when I was down at Diddley Squat Farm. Time. I did not expect to catch the sun quite to the degree that I did. But we've had this heat wave, and I don't know if it's still hot down in England because it was hotter there than up here in Scotland. But today it appears to be a little cooler, a bit cloudier in Scotland, which is it's a relief to get a couple of days of coolness, and then the sun can come back out again. That's fine. If you look closely, most of the repeated squares are slightly different in scale or colour. Yes, I have noticed there are slight differences, similarities in patterns, but not the exact same. But when looking for pieces, that could make it tricky. Who knows? Clark, perhaps the sun will not rise over Texas. What? All right, let's take the lid off and have a wee look-see. Now, House of Puzzles is not a brand I've done a lot of, but in fact, this is not the first time that I have done a House of Puzzles puzzle. I actually got, it was for one of my birthdays a couple of years ago. My son bought me a couple of puzzles from the charity shop, and one of them was I think it was 250 pieces. It was a smaller puzzle, it was quite large pieces. and it was a house of puzzles, and I think it was an older puzzle, still random cut, and obviously less pieces. So my experience with them is minimal, but this is not the first time doing this brand for me. But I am looking forward to trying a 1000 piece and a more recent puzzle by them. As I said, comes with a poster. We've got a little brochure as well with other House of Puzzles offerings. Patchwork Rainbow there, look, there's another gradient style, Mushroom Mania. Some very nice ones. And we have a paper bag, which is nice. Let's open up the poster so you can get a full view of it. There it is. I guess there's no right or wrong way to hold it, but I'm holding it with red on the left, and it moves through the rainbow essentially until it reaches purple on the right. Now, as you can see, it is a patchwork, and each patch has pattern of some description. But like I was saying earlier, this flower, for example, is the same as that flower. This pattern here is very similar to these patterns. Um, so there's some repeat patterns there and there. They're similar. This one and this one, they're very similar. Another one there. So I think this could be tricky, but I'm gonna reserve judgment. I certainly don't assume this is going to be easy. Um, and as I say, random cut, it's something I'm doing more of, random cut puzzles, but still not very used to them. Certainly not as used to them as grid cut puzzles. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be using the poster because the box, as I say, it's not the full image. Um, so it is good that it has a poster. But without further ado, let's open up the bag and pour out the pieces and just see what it is that I am working with here. Oh, is that all of it? Yes, I think so. Ooh, ooh, look at that. Oh, that's very wibbly wobbly. It's a little blob of a piece. That's so weird. Ooh, there's rounded ones and squared off ones and ones with more than one prong and yeah. Oh, and then there's some that are just very, very standard. So could be a bit of a very random meets very standard kind of a puzzle. Areas of randomness, perhaps. It puts me in mind a little of unified pieces. They have something similar where it's kind of standard in one area and then it will go a bit crazy in another area. So here they are. I've just moved them to the side a bit, so I've got a little space here to lace them out. So there's like 2 ins, 2 outs, standard shapes. I saw a 2 ins, 2 outs on adjacent there. Very standard shape. Then you've got, that looks like a 2 ins and 2 outs on adjacent, but just with a wobbly bit. There's a 3 outs, 1 in, but again, little pointy bit in the corner. So you've got sort of something in between, and then you've got totally mental things like that. Things like that. Um, that one. Gosh. Little like wooden puzzles in that. There's a lot more. The pieces are sort of, well, some of them are a lot earlier than I expected. So this is going to be an interesting build and no mistake. Now then, the pieces are quite thick, actually, pleasantly chunky looking. Fairly smooth surface, a little bit of a woven texture, not too shiny, which I like. Seems like these are going to be good. Now, the edges appear to be all fairly normal. Now, I'm just going to pull out some edges. There might be a couple of false edges, I guess. Well, that one's a bit wonkier. But no, that's got a little curve to it. So aside from possibly some false edges, I'm hopeful that the edges will all attach to each other, because that is one thing that sort of frustrates me a bit about random cut puzzles. When you do the edge and the pieces just sort of butt together, there's no sort of attachment there, and it goes all, you knock them out of place really easily and things like that. But it seems like this might not be the case with this one. Quite a few good sort of obvious looking edges, which is good. There's another wobbly one. So there we have it. I will probably sort this, I think, as best as I can. Um or maybe do a phased sort with it. Just pull out a few patterns and pull out the edges and see how I go. I don't know if I want to full sort it. I feel like it'd be a bit too overwhelming for that. Um but anyway, I'll get to that shortly. Let's see what everybody's saying. Sandra, hello. Good morning, after Eve, everyone. I haven't puzzled for 3 weeks to give my body time to sort itself out after finding out I have allergies to Ravensburger dust. Oh my goodness, really? Ooh, that's not so good, is it? There is a lot of dust in Ravensburgers. Um, ugh, yeah. Perhaps have to do some that don't have as much. Morning, after Eve, Sandra. Another Sandra, how are you? 9:30 p.m. in Tasmania. Hi, Kimberly. I've been catching up on live streams, and you all make me laugh every time Vicky says that goes there. I say cheers, Clark. I know, I know that's a new game. That's Clark's invention. The only thing is, now I'm aware of that, I could be a little bit cheeky with it. Often though, I just don't realise I'm saying it. Just comes out. Um, who else is here? SS, hello. Sandra, allergic to Ravensburger dust. The only thing worse would be allergy to chocolate. I know. I know. It's kind of rubbish, eh? Um, SS, good morning after Vicky and chat, lurking from work. Happy puzzling, y'all. Happy puzzling to you, but happy working, I guess, at the moment. I hope you're well, SS. Is this a British company? Yes, it is a British company. I know that much, but I don't know a great deal more about it. In fact, I think it's Scottish. Yeah, look, there's a bit of information about it here. Let me read this. There's a little Scottish flag there. It says founded in Scotland, 1999. House of Puzzles. Known for its traditional artist illustrated designs, the House of Puzzles' stunning range caters to a variety of interest, ages, and skill levels. The collection features 250 plus premium quality puzzles showcasing everything from serene landscapes to wholesome family life. Puzzlers can choose. Oh, it's kind of just more about the puzzles they do rather than them. Oh, there's a bit at the bottom. The House of Puzzles launched in 1999 with a modest collection of just 12 jigsaws. However, over time, the Scottish born brand has evolved into a treasured household name with an impressive range of beautifully designed puzzles. Now, it's interesting how it says Scottish born or founded in Scotland. I'm wondering if that means it's. Yeah, so. Well, the customer service department, at least, is in Kent. So maybe it's more based in England now, but it was founded in Scotland. So here we go. Seems appropriate, doesn't it? Sandra, they tested you for Ravensburger dust. Love it. I always open the puzzles and give it airtime before I start. Yeah, I think that's the way you need to do it, isn't it? Also, Guston needs to buy the castle to show castle or the large piece count puzzles. Oh, yes. There was a big conversation about us all buying a castle and all just living there when we're all retired and doing puzzles. um, my condolences, sending internet hugs. I know. Vicky, are you now a Ravensburger influencer? I guess. Uh, but not exclusively and not officially. Ravensburger, they've invited me to a few things, or at least so they send me puzzles periodically, and I'll do them. Kind of where this all started, really, though, was the toy fair. So Charlotte invited me to the toy fair, and obviously I found out about a lot of the new puzzles coming, and then the range of puzzles for Diddley Squat Farm obviously was coming, and I like I've talked about that, and I've watched the show and everything, and then of course they visited the farm, so I got invited to that. So it's been a bit of a knock-on kind of series of events. Um, Not only that, but I think with my talking to Rose Cat Khan on my live streams, I think has um also started something a little bit as well. Well, I mean, that was something that I just did myself with Rose. That wasn't, really, um, nobody asked me to do that. I just did that. And of course, I chatted with Ravensburger UK about it, and they seemed keen for me to talk to some of the British artists. So I've done that as well. So it's kind of, it all just feels like it's happened a wee bit organically. So yes, I do a lot of Ravensburger, and obviously Ravensburger make a lot of large piece counts as well. You know me and my large piece counts. So I guess that there is a bit of a relationship there, but it's not kind of official. Does that make sense? Um, I'm hoping that that's a clear enough answer for you. Um, Yay, Scottish puzzles represent. I know. Vicky is a puzzle influencer for sure. Hashtag blame Vicky. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't only do Meatsburger. I mean, look at the puzzle camp puzzle. Giant educa. How do they test for Ravensburger dust allergy? Oh, yeah, question. Seems like Ravensburger UK is a very active branch, and Vicky is their ideal point of contact with the buyers. Yeah, they are. They are very, because it's not, obviously they've got a good relationship with the UK JPA as well, with Annika and the speed puzzlers. Um yeah, and they're very having met them a few times and spoken to them, they're very sociable, very friendly, very and it's a very artist focused branch, I guess, as well. So the fact that that sort of happened is nice. There is definitely a focus on the artists in the UK, and I think, the fact that I've chatted to Rose and things like that, I think that's something that's gone kind of hand in hand with their ethos, if you see what I mean. It won't stop me from puzzling Ravensburger. I just have to open and sort them outside. I'm allergic to house dust, so didn't give puzzle dust a thought. Yeah, kind of dust in general then. So it's probably not just even Ravensburger. I mean, I know Ravensburger have a lot, but it's probably not just their dust. Maybe secondhand is better. Always clear out the dust after I'm done with their puzzles. Yeah, that's true as well. We love an artist-focused branch. Yes, we do. Of course. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, how do I do that? If I'm going to phase sort, maybe I'll put them back in the box and I'll just grab handfuls at a time. Um, these are some of the edges I've pulled out, so I'll put those to one side. No point me throwing them back in. It's a fairly small box, but it's kind of deep. Um, so I mean they fit in no problem. There's not a great deal of shuffling room though. The problem is with 1,000 piece puzzles, when you pour them out onto the board like this, there's not a great deal of space left. So I think I'm just going to have them in here and pull out wee handfuls and do a bit of a face sort. Try and maybe pick out some patterns that jump out at me. I get the feeling this is going to be quite a satisfying puzzle to build in terms of, all the gaps at the end. I bet the gaps are going to be everywhere and I'm going to be filling them in, and it's going to be wonderful puzzle ASMR. Two stuck together there. So I'll maybe keep those out. I don't want to pull them apart because it looks as though they've not cut through. I don't want to damage the piece. Unofficial is good. They send you puzzles and take you places. You can film content, but no particular obligation to focus specifically on one brand. Yeah, and I agree. I think that, I mean, obviously, I do love Ravensburger puzzles, so I am more than happy to work with them. I really do. And they are such a lovely group of people. I've met a few of them several times now, and they really are just really nice. And so I'm really happy. I'm happy to work with them. But the fact that there isn't an exclusivity is because I'm free to do Educas, which I also love. I'm free to do Clementones, which I also love. So it's nice. It's a nice working relationship. There's just been a lot happening. There's a lot kind of going on, and obviously this Diddly Squat collaboration that's happening has been something unexpected that's come up for me. So it's been a really nice thing, and it was such a good trip. Oh my gosh, I enjoyed it so much. Apart from getting sunburnt, I enjoyed it a lot. Um, Vicky, looks like we both saw the new picture of the 40k Pokemon on Facebook. You posted the puzzle news, and I posted it in large piece counts. Oh, did you? Oh, I missed it. I've not had a great deal of time to look at the Discord. I've been chipping in and out a little bit. Right, I'm grabbing some. I've got those two stuck together, so I might as well just say green. Might be a colour or a bunch of patterns I pick out. And I have to say, green is standing out to me because it feels like the smallest colour section. And the reason I say that is because the red going into orange, it's such a gradual sort of merging of the colours that it feels like that section's really big. Whereas here you've got green and then blue. And it just doesn't feel like the green section's as big. Um, Blue section feels bigger. It kind of merges a bit more gradually into the purple. So I would say green is probably a good bit to start with, some of the green pieces. There's green in the red bit as well, which is they're gonna be the tricky pieces, I think. There's green over here. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, but I think that's a sensible place to start, perhaps, with sorting. Um, and I might just throw them in one. There's another two stuck together. Yeah, that's just not cut on the very corner. So that's okay. Right, so first pile, let's get to phase sorting. Let's see what we can see. So yeah, sorry, back to what we were saying about the Pokemon puzzle. Charlotte actually said to me when I was away, um, think there's some news coming about the Pokemon puzzle. And she's keen to keep me sort of abreast of things like that. But sometimes I just find things out before I hear from Ravensburger about it. And I spotted that picture on Facebook. Somebody posted it, and I was like, this must be the news. They've obviously completed the artwork. So that is very exciting, isn't it? Very, very exciting. Right, that's a bit more of a dark green. I don't know. So yeah, see, the reds and the oranges aren't really jumping. Maybe the blues might be a good place to go because they're going to be next to the green. I don't want only one pile and edges. Like, it'd be cool to have at least two to go at before I have to do another phase sort. I'm not particularly feeling the need to go for the purples at the moment. So I will stick with these. Yeah, no, I'm very excited about uh the Pokemon. And I spotted you posted a picture of a 7K. Was it you, Scott, that posted a picture of a new 7K in the Discord? I had no idea a new 7K was coming out. No clue. Not seen those before. Not been mentioned to me. So that's interesting as well. Now, obviously, there are transition pieces that I can spot in these, like where two different patches intersect, but the patterns are so sort of crazy that I they don't necessarily jump out. So I don't know how useful the transition pieces are going to be in this puzzle, but we'll see. A little bit of green in that one, so I'll pop that over there, even though it's mostly orange. Um, Hi Thomas. I missed the beginning, but it looks like you've been gossiping. Oh, always gossiping. Client username. Is there a name you prefer me to call you by other than client? Or are you happy for me to refer to you as that? Seems very formal. Um, I will talk about the farm puzzles shortly. I'm surprised you're the first person to ask me about that. Although I think most people know I can't say a lot at the moment, but can talk a bit. Um, sorry, when are the farm puzzles releasing? Yes, I'll talk about that. Good. Almost noon, everyone. Hello. Good almost noon. I see what you mean. Hi, Bergdis. How are you? Just joining. Hello, Val. Catching up on fast speed. So do I sound really high pitched? Morning, everyone. Hello to you. Um, yes, I saw that 7K. I hope they bring out lots at that size. Yes, it seems like a good size. Seems like a good size. KN. Is that how you want me to call you? KN? I can do that. I can do that. No problem. Uh, right, they're a bit more purple. Okay, so the farm trip. So so I have said a couple of times, although you may not have seen the post, I've not posted a great deal yet. And that is because they meaning Ravensburger and Biddley Squat Farm, um, want me to hold off until Monday. And the reasoning behind Monday is so the farmer are bringing out, so Ravensburger are bringing out three puzzles in collaboration with Biddley Squat Farm. Um, and there's going to be the main two puzzles that I'll be sort of promoting, if you like, are the 500 piece circular puzzle and the 1,000 piece puzzle. They're also bringing out a 100 piece XXL children's puzzle as well, which is also very nice. But my focus is more on the adult puzzles. Now the circular puzzle I've not actually seen in the flesh. Because with a circular puzzle, they take a little longer to manufacture, basically, and just with the view to the shape and everything, I guess there's another layer of sort of complexity to a circular. So I did meet the artist, and I've seen the design, and I've seen the box design of it and everything. And I saw the 1,000 piece in the flesh, and I actually have a copy of the 1,000 piece as well, which I can't wait to do. But the reason behind not saying anything until Monday is because the 1,000 piece goes for sale on Monday. It will be on the Diddley Squat Farm website, farm shop website. Um, and then the 500 piece comes a little later, around about middle of June. Um, and that is also when it'll be sold kind of more widely across different retailers at that point as well. That's my understanding of it, and that is why I'm not to say much until Monday comes, because that's when essentially the first puzzle goes on So it's exciting, and there's not long to wait. Um, and we can obviously talk about the artists a bit more then as well. Um, but yeah, very soon. They're coming very soon, and I think they're such fun puzzles, just such fun puzzles. I'm really looking forward to doing them. Um, it was lovely to meet the artists. I met two of the artists of the 500 piece and of the 1000 piece. They were there as well. I met Lisa Hogan. Um, she was so lovely. Just really chilled, laid back. She seemed really happy to be there and be part of this whole thing. And she sat, and because I sat, I didn't really expect to sort of sit and have a sort of be filmed with her, if you see what I mean. Because obviously, Diddley Squat's sort of social media people were there doing stuff as well as Ravensburger. And yeah, I didn't really expect to kind of get a wee sort of sit down and chat sort of session with her. And then when I found out I was going to have that, I got all kind of nervous. But she made it so easy. And she was asking me lots of questions, and we did a little bit of the puzzle together, and it was really, really nice. So that was awesome. Um, and yeah, and the very last thing I expected was, I'm going to pop these in here. These are the discard pile ones. The very last thing I expected was to see Jeremy Clarkson himself. Did not think he was going to be there, but he appeared as if out of nowhere. Seriously, 1 second he wasn't there, and the next second he was there, and I was just like, "Where did you come?" It was like he materialized. It was so bizarre. Um, but that was very cool as well. So, and it was just so much fun. It was so much fun. So I will. The thing is with a video, in case you're wondering about kind of video content on this, I would like to do a video. And we'll work on a video. It can't be an edge. I mean, it's got straight sides, but it's sort of curved on the corners. I think that's probably not an edge. Anyway, um, I would like to do a video, and I'll give a sort of an overview of the day and all of that. But I'll obviously be focusing more on the puzzles, but I would like to do both puzzles in that video. And I mean, obviously, I have one of them, but I don't have the 500 piece yet. So the video won't come out like immediately. It'll come out in the coming weeks, assuming Ravensburger are all fine with it. Um, and but in the meantime, I can do some posts and maybe some reels and like shorts, little things like that. So um, hopefully that keeps you going until I can get the video out. Right, that's just another wee pile. I'm gonna do a second pile of pieces. So anyway, I'm hoping that makes sense, and I'm hoping that gives you enough info to be going on so far. Vicky, did you see the post in Discord Puzzle News about Puzzle Camp? Came up when Googled as though it was an established camp. Oh, yes, I did see that. Yeah, I thought it was funny. But you know what? That just goes to show AI, it keeps learning, doesn't it? Like, I remember looking for something. KN, yes, client username. Okay, cool. KN, that's cool. I'll try and remember that. If I forget, I apologize, but I'll try and remember that. I remember searching up. I think I was looking to see because I'd found out it was before UK Nationals, and somebody had said that Karen Puzzles was going to be there, and but it didn't seem very certain. So I did a little search, And it wasn't about Puzzle Camp at all. It was like, oh, is Karen Puzzle's going to be at UK Nationals? And it came up, and it was like, it talks about her, and it talked about how she travels for things, and that this is Google AI. And then it said, and then she's going up to Scotland to do the 42,000 piece puzzle during Puzzle Camp. Like, and it laid it all out as if she was the one doing the event. And it's almost like it had got me mixed up with her. Like I was reading it like, what on earth is this? It's like, I was like, no, you can't have my puzzle. I got quite outraged. And then, but then, like, I was chatting with Sam about it, and we were laughing, and then, Sam searched. This was a wee bit after, and it said something different. It talks about me doing it, and so obviously it had. It's still doing its thing. It's still processing the information, but it doesn't always get it right. But yeah, no, it made me smile. It'd be cool though if it got to that point, wouldn't it? The established kind of puzzle camp, annual puzzle camp thing. It's great. Oh gosh, and it's coming up so soon. It's crazy how fast it's coming up. I can't believe it, to be honest. There's a few checkered patterns that I'm picking up on. I don't know why checkered, but for some reason that's jumping out. Um, so yeah, there's another two stuck together. Yeah, I think most of the ones stuck together are just attached on the corners. So again, that wasn't too bad. I don't know if that's a false edge. I think it is. It's got a little curve on the end. Um, in some cases, it's hard to distinguish the blue from the purple. I'm trying to not grab purples, trying to stick with blue. Um, so um, hello Claire, how are you? Hello, hello, long time. Hi Cassia, how are you? Good to see you. Wonder when they'll make it to the US. Well, I have asked that question. So, I'm not quite sure how widespread they're going to be yet, but I did ask the question, so hopefully I'll find that out soon. There are definitely false edges in this puzzle. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Spy much, Gemini. Jeez, I know. Hallucinations are a big problem with AI. Yeah. Um, Real brains know you're the camp master. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad. Mm, I'm glad. I wasn't even expecting it. I wasn't even searching for it. It just said it. I was like, what is this? What is this slander that it's spreading about? Um, so yeah, it was an interesting one, certainly. There's actually a red and white pattern that's jumping out at me, but I've kind of just kept putting them in the discard pile, so I won't bother with them this time around. Um, yeah, that's wobbly. It's a wobbly one. Yes, an annual event. Hopefully, if you do it again, it would get easier to organise. We shall see. We shall see. I'm not going to commit to anything until the first one's done, and then we'll see. You could trademark Puzzle Camp. Yeah, well, if it did become a regular thing, then I probably would. I've fingers crossed for regular puzzle games. It would be great, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? It is a lot, though. I have to say, I really do think I need a holiday after puzzle games. Don't know why that's in there. Um, but I'm so excited, though. Very excited to be doing it. Can't wait. I think I'm gonna have to do a sorting stream soon. I did do a little bit more before I went to diddly squat, and uh, so I want to try and keep on doing that. And sometimes doing a live stream on it just kind of kickstarts me a bit. You know what I mean? Pokemon One next year. Who knows? Who knows? Any plans for your holiday this year? I seem to remember that you went to Seattle last year. Yeah, I did. I don't have any plans at the moment. I could do with going. It might just be a small trip somewhere. I could do with going back to Nottingham, my hometown. Um, my brother has a big birthday this year, and my sorry, I'm just throwing some in there and shouldn't have. And I've just not been home for a little bit, so it could be that it would just be as simple as just going home for a bit. Um, or maybe we'll get a trip somewhere. I don't know. But no, so yeah, no plans, just not sure yet. What are the crowns for? The crowns? Wait, sorry, what crowns? Can't stay. Sorry, we'll have to watch later. Going to bed. Don't forget to like. Oh, okay, Claire. Sleep well. And thank you for being here for a wee bit. And thank you for telling people to like as well. See, I always forget. Always forget. Um, sorry, I don't know what you mean. What are the crowns for? Have I read that right? Yeah, crowns. Mm. I don't. So the only thing with doing a large piece count like that is I feel like a continuous image is better for it. Especially if you're mixing. But then again, there's nothing to say I need to mix necessarily every single time. Or maybe they could be. Maybe it doesn't need to be one giant puzzle. Maybe it could be like two 18Ks, something like that. Because they tend to be continuous images. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of different things you could do. Because really, the puzzle camp thing is more about everybody being in one place for a few days, and all staying together and doing it together. So maybe, maybe it doesn't matter the type of puzzling we do, or I should say, I suppose it does matter, but like it should probably be a large piece count in there somewhere. But well, not that one, that one. Maybe it could be two smaller large piece counts or something. Who knows? Who knows? There's definitely choices there, I think. The crowns in the chat indicate who is chatting the most. Oh, I see. Ah, sorry, those crowns. Yeah, it's like a leaderboard thing that YouTube do in the chat. And the people that are sort of, yeah, just like Karen said, people that are chatting most, engaging most, they'll get a wee crown, but it'll move around. I think it's supposed to encourage engagement. Oh, Clark! Gosh, that took me by surprise. A big red box popped up. Red's such a stark colour, isn't it? It screams out warning to me. But that's an awesome red. Thank you. That's so lovely. Congrats on the 5-year anniversary of your channel. I know that. Honestly, I get these notifications from YouTube, and it'll be like, birthday your channel's, whatever it is. And I very recently got the 5-year one, and I was like, gosh, really, has it been 5 years? And it sort of it kind of passed me by. I don't know if I just so I was thinking, oh, I should share a post or something about that, and then I don't know, I got busy doing something and forgot about it, and then the day passed. But it was a couple of weeks ago, I think. Um, the 5-year anniversary of my channel. Yeah, I know, it's awesome. I'm so happy. Happy birthday, Vicky Makes and Builds. 5th birthday. I can't, it's so hard to believe I've been doing it for 5 years. Um, and I'm still not entirely certain what YouTube sees as day one, like the very first birthday, if you see what I mean. Um, or year naught. I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I mean. Um, I don't. I think it's maybe from the first video, but again, there's a few early videos that I put up that aren't puzzle related that I ended up deleting in the end. So again, I don't know if it starts there or if it starts for the ones that are actually published and up. Um, but oh, that I do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Clark. Very generous. Very generous. Oh, and I should say as well, I never mentioned this. Clark actually sent me this puzzle. This was a gift from Clark. Inspired, I believe, by Purple Cat, who had done it in the Discord, I think. Um, and it was the clear popular choice, the winner of the poll. There was no danger of a draw with this one at all. So yes, thank you, Clark. We have you to thank for this as well. Some of us chat a lot, others just lurk. The lurking is just as important. OMG, Clark, I know. You can click the crown XXP at the very top to see the leaderboard. Yeah, yeah. On my screen, it's got the little crown and it says top fans. But I'm not sure if that's just on my screen or if that's on everybody's. Um, you could divide and conquer, speed the sorting over more people. Feel like it has been a fair bit for you and Sam. Yes, it is certainly. I don't think Sam and I quite knew what we were getting into, to be fair. Not sure if Sam agrees, but I think she probably would. I am, thanks, trying to get the hang of this. I see, thanks, trying to get the hang of this. I know. Do you know what? It doesn't help, KN, that YouTube just adds new things all the time, and they don't really give you any warning. It just appears, and you're like, "What's this then?" You just sort of have to learn as you go. I didn't know about hypes for a wee while, and then it was like, "What on earth is this?" And they just didn't really. Us content creators, they don't really tell you. It's just, work it out yourselves. You're welcome. YT does have a few quirky features. Yeah, it certainly does. You really are Superman. Yep, 100%. You aren't supposed to let people know secret identity. Oh, sorry. Forget I said it. Hi, Tourmaline. Thanks. For the later start, I haven't missed as much. Oh, you're welcome. I definitely needed it. I definitely needed it. I lost a little bit of sleep because of I mean it's fairly exhausting traveling, but I lost a bit of sleep because of I really did a number on my arms in the sun. I wasn't expecting well, we'd been having nice weather, so I wasn't necessarily not expecting good weather. But we were initially supposed to be set up inside the lambing barn at farm. And for whatever reason it didn't work out that way. So we were outside and it was lovely. It was a lovely setup, really nice surroundings. But it basically meant that we were just kind of non-stop outside. And I just didn't anticipate needing sun cream or anything like that. And it was breezy too. Like, so the breeze helped cool you down, but you sort of didn't necessarily realize you were still cooking, if you see what I mean. Anyway, my point being is, I lost a little bit of sleep because of that. So, I was like, you know what, I definitely need an extra hour, um, to recover before I do the live. So, as I say, I hope you don't mind. It was a different day, so I figured you'd be fine with a different time too. Oh, look at that little itty bitty piece. It's cute. And of course, tourmaline, it means you haven't missed as much. Now that you mention it, Vicky, YouTube got rid of the diamond stuff, I see. Oh gosh, what's the diamond stuff? Did I even know about that, or was that something that came and went without me even being aware of it? Also, Clark, did you get a ton of XP with that super chat? No one is beating 5,000 XP, lol. Yeah, it's all kinds of engagement, I think. You probably get XP from doing the milestones. Could all do your milestones, maybe. I think this is the whole idea, just to get people engaging more and stuff. It's quite a cool thing. It's just they don't explain it, so you sort of get left in the dark, aren't you? Right, getting through this second pile. Right. Mm, mm. The trick is remembering which one's my discard pile and which one's my yet to go through pile. Because if I put my discard pile in the yet to go through pile, the yet to go through pile is literally never going to go down, is it? That wouldn't be so good. Okay, and you may want to be sure you select all messages versus top messages in the live chat to be sure you don't miss anything. Oh yeah, I remembered this week to change it to live chat. It always defaults to top chat for some reason. I don't know why. Eh. Right, I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit. I'm keen to get started with the puzzling. The big pile of green over there. I've separated some though. These are very interesting pieces, aren't they? Some of them are almost like little whimsies, but they're not specific shapes, just very circular. Puts me in mind of wooden puzzle whimsies. Ah, oh, that was one stuck together, but it sort of came apart. I'll leave that there like that. I'll take that one for free. Ooh, Oh, I'm quiet. Sorry, I'm in the zone. So it's a sorting zone. I'm keen to get started. That's what it is. I'm like, right, come on, get this done. Let's sort it out. Now then, there's a piece with quite a lot of. There's a patch, I should say, with quite a lot of red background. This one, and but it's got blue in the foreground, and it is actually in the blue section. So that is ending up in there, which I'm glad about. I think that might be the only patch of that type as well. Not all of the patches have a repeat. A lot do, but not all of them. So that's always good to separate that kind of thing out. And there's just a few left after this is done, this pile. So I'll get through them quick as I can, and there we are. Stick those in there. This card pile is now bigger than my still to go through pile, which is good. These are the last few. Quick drink of water. Sunburn can sneak up on those of us who have fair skin. Yeah, it really does. It really does. Excuse me while I try different things. The Christmas puzzles by Hop have Christmas whimsies though. Oh, do they? Oh, that's cool. I've been working a Cobble Hill 1000 random cut called The Curve in the Square. Ah, that sounds interesting. I have the rainbow pile of pieces in this puzzle, so colourful. Oh, you love them, sorry. Yes, I know. They are nice. Like, that's always a nice thing when you sort a gradient puzzle. All the colours. While we're discussing YouTube features, how do people share how long they've been members? I've never been able to find it. So at the bottom of the chat, I think, is it the plus button? I don't know if my one's different because it's my channel, but there's a little there's a dollar sign and there's a plus button and it's one of those buttons and you click the member milestone and it comes up. Maybe so if somebody else can has a different layout to me, they can maybe describe it. I can't remember if it's the dollar sign or if it's the plus button. Sybil, almost finished. Remembered how I do not like pavement buildings and sky with little people all over. Oh, you remembered it after you'd done it. Oh, it's the dollar button, right? Mm. So you want the dollar sign symbol, and a little menu comes up, and it should say member milestone or something like that. It only appears once a month. Really? What, the dollar button? Why would it do that? Because surely that's the way you um give super thanks and stuff, isn't it? Or maybe it's not. Maybe there's a different button for that. Oh, okay. I did not know that, SS. That's interesting. I had no idea it only showed up once a month. So you can only put a member milestone up once a month. What's the reasoning behind that? Why can't you do it more often than that? So Sandra has been a member for 24 months. Yay! Agnes for 7 and Sue for 15. Thank you all. That's awesome. And hello, Sue. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Clark for 21. Still mad. I didn't discover your channel sooner. Don't get mad. It's okay. It's just the whimsy of YouTube. The milestone is once a month. Oh, see, so I'm still learning new things about YouTube now. And I've been a creator for 5 years. I did not know you could only do a milestone once a month. Anita member for 3 months. Sybil member for 16. Wow, oh gosh, some of you have been members for so long. That's awesome. Thank you. Kimberly member for 1. Oh, you're all brilliant. The membership milestone only appears once a month, or rather after you click it that month. Okay, I see. Sarah B for 17. It's to make sure the chat doesn't spam with these messages. Oh, I get you. I get you. Karen B Puzzle member for 8 months. Love this group. I know, so do I. So do I. I mean, I'm biased, of course, but it's so awesome. You're all so awesome. Looks like the dollar button is still, but milestones are no longer on the menu. Ah, I see. Hi, Vicky, just got here. You didn't miss me. Oh, okay, good. I'm worried, you know. Somebody pops up and I'm like, oh gosh, did I miss you? Did I not say hi? I'm sorry. That, I think, might be a false edge. Um, and, aw, $50. Thank you. Goodness. Here's to another 5 years or 50. Oh, let's hope so. Do you know what? I would happily do this for another 50 years. I would. You're awesome. I know. Thank you. You're awesome too, Clark. Goodness. What a generous chat today, lol. I know. So, how many XP did that give you? Did that give you, Ken? XP. Makes it sound like a game, doesn't it? Pretty soon you'll level up. Like the hypes, that has a leaderboard as well. The viewers have suddenly all become competitors. There are definitely, people out there though with way more YouTube knowledge than I've got. Sometimes being a creator does not necessarily mean you know the first thing about YouTube or what's happening with it. Seems like there's a lot of edges. I'm pretty certain I've got some false ones in there. I mean, I am always surprised by the amount of edge pieces there are in a 1,000 piece puzzle, but I don't know, that just seems like a very large pile. So I think I might have some false ones. Possibly. Blue. Mm, oh, green. Get in there, folks. I will get building soon, I promise you. Right. Mm. Mm. Just this little lot to do. Oh, here's a question for you. What did you like my little video on It was like a really short video I did, and it was really meant to give you the progress on the Disney Museum. Because I decided to do some of the floor. Gosh, I've missed some greens in here. Why is there so many greens I've missed? Um, I decided to do some of that floor in the Disney Museum off the camera because it was such a slog on the camera. And I thought, you know what, maybe I could use this as an opportunity to talk a bit about using the refute pattern because I do get asked that a lot. How it works, sort of thing, and how you can use it to help you build difficult bits in a large piece can. So I brought that little video out, like 6 minutes long or something. And I knew it wouldn't get as many views because it's obviously it's not my normal sort of longer format. But for those of you that have seen it, what did you think? Did you think it was a worthwhile thing to do? Did it help? And did you mind that I did some of the floor off the camera? I just didn't want to spend live stream after live stream after live stream tackling that floor. It was starting to feel a little laborious. So let me know anyway. What did you think? Was it helpful and did you mind? 3 questions for you. Oh, that's not a piece. Right. So I'm just starting to piece together the edge now. And again, I seem to be going for green. So that's going to be that bit's at the bottom. But it goes from top to bottom, so some of this may well go at the top as well. Some of the green and blue. Nope. I really do feel like I've got too many edge pizzas here. There's a lot of them. Wasn't sure if that was right there for a second. That's not an edge, is it? No, it's not. Pulled in by the false edge there. Hmm. Um, there. I think I'm going to go by colour. So far, it's not too bad to build. That doesn't. That very well might not be edge. That doesn't even look straight. That's not an edge. Just going to jump around with this, like often I do with the edges, when I feel like I'm slowing down, just jump to another colour or another little area that happens to jump out at me. Orange seems to be jumping out at me at the moment. That's a false edge. There are pieces I've obviously just barely glanced at and then not, and then thrown them in here without really fully looking at them. I think that. Ah, yes, that does attach to there. And then it moves into purple. That must go at the top. So, now where are you? There. I don't think that's part of the edge. This puzzle's going to be very interesting, isn't it? Very, very interesting. Alright, okay, so I've got an orange there. Is it that one? Yes, okay, well the bottom edge is coming together quite nicely. So far. Moving into purple down here, so let's see if I can get some of the purple together. No. Where's that? Not got you. That's not an edge. Oh, don't tell me. I've not got you. Oh, I have. No, I haven't. It goes in there. This is tricky. Alright, let's move on to another bit. When you get stuck, move on to another bit. That's it. Yeah, that's not right. Goodness me. Vic. I'm tired. Tired. Oh, there we go. That's in. Mm, mm, Put it together. Oh, is that an edge? No, it is not. Oh, I've missed a couple of member milestones. Sue's member for 11 months and Rose member for 21. Thank you so much. 2,575. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And Rob, I missed you, sorry. Better late than never. I'll have to watch back and see what I missed. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Um, Never, not ever. That was a good video. Oh, good. That video was great. What a clever technique. I'm glad. I'm glad it helped. I hope it was clear the way I described it, because it's not always easy to sort of describe repeat cuts. But the fact that I was able to build it on top of the other bit really does give you like quite a good visual, I think, and it helped me a lot. It's made it so much quicker. I loved it. It was good info for people trying to get their head around the repeat cut. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it did what I was hoping it would. How's the Star Wars puzzle? Yeah, good question. It was great. Thank you, Sue. Happy any floor is done. Yes. All I have left are the standard shapes. All the other shapes are in. I thought I'd better leave some for the stream, but I won't need the repeat cuts, if you see what I mean, because I've got all the same shape anyway, you know? Didn't mind you doing it off camera. Really loved that video. It was really helpful. Oh, good, good. That's good. Sometimes it's nice just to do a little short one. Didn't even have an intro, really. It was just, right, this is what I'm doing. Love seeing the visual of the repeat pattern. It really showed how it works and can be used to get through difficult sections. Yeah, that was my thinking. And that's probably what I'll do. I'll explain it again in the downtown video, because that's the puzzle along one. That's really the this is how I do it kind of step by step sort of idea. So I'll probably do something similar with that. But I just saw it as an opportunity. I thought, you know what, I could use this rather than just doing some off camera and then, never seeing it again. I'll use it as a way to kind of show. So it was good. Floor seems tedious. I'm scared. I mean, I've done it twice now, and the first time I did it, the usual way. I didn't use a repeat cut. And I remember it was tough. It was tough. You have to kind of use the shades of color. You have to sort of use the orientation of the pieces and shape. It took a little while, but if you are getting stuck, honestly, there's no shame in using the repeat cut at all. And it makes it so much easier. And I'll tell you something else actually. It not in every case, but in many cases, in Ravensburger puzzles, if you have a four ins shape, it is often next door to a four outs, either to the right or left of it, or to the top or bottom of it. It, as I said, not in every case, but 9 times out of 10, those two pieces tend to go together in Ravensburger puzzles. So that's another thing that can sometimes help. If you're looking for a four outs, or if you have a four outs, or even if you just get a group of them put together and you've got some little groups of two, that can you start to realize that when you're focused on the cut pattern, you don't necessarily notice when you're sort of building it in the normal kind of way, not normal, but the more sort of traditional kind of way. Um, but you do start to notice it when you're looking for specifically for shapes. So that's another thing. My comment on your video using the repeat cut on the live would have been fun too. Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose I could still show it, I guess, but I've only got one shape left, so it wouldn't be um quite as good. But the nice thing about doing it on a video is that I can zoom in a bit more, can do more close-ups and things. I mean, I can on the live, but it's I have a bit more control over the camera work, let's say. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat on my iPad because it's gone off the screen on my laptop. Yay! Excited to see your update. Slow and steady. Get in the car before I get in the car to drive to Florida today. Ooh, exciting! Just happy we didn't miss the progress being done off stream. Okay, that's good. Yeah, good. I wouldn't have wanted to build a huge chunk off the camera. So, good. I'm glad. I just did the edge on this puzzle 12 hours ago. It is amazing how closely your experience matches mine, including putting the two false edge blue pieces together. Lol. Yeah, look, it's so weird because they definitely go together. Gosh, right. How do I show you this? Let me put my water down. I'm going to put it in the box because the box has a white background. So apart, these look like two edges. You put them together, and the two edges are a very, very slight angle. Can you see that? It's a bit shadowed because I'm holding it close to the camera. But hopefully against the white background you can see that. And it's only when you've put them together that you realise it's not an edge, because they clearly do go together. You might think, well, they're not right, but they clearly do go together. But they're not an edge. It's just a very, very, very obtuse angle that the two pieces create when they're put together, and you wouldn't notice it until you did. So there we go. It's a tricky little one, isn't it? Good to know I'm not alone, Clark. Thanks for that tip. Yeah, no, it's something else I've noticed, and as I say, you don't necessarily pick up on it under normal kind of circumstances. Um, so yeah, hopefully that does help. All right. Oh God, what to tackle next? It'd be cool to get the bottom done. This goes, I think, up the side. Does it? Yeah, although I don't recognise that. Okay, I think this goes up here. Well, there's the corner. Sorry, I've got an itchy ankle, sorry. Um, or at least I think it's the corner. Right, let me just, right, there. That goes there. And that, oh, that's further up. Right, okay, that was throwing me. So that's further up. So but there is a bit of this pattern down here. There we go. There. That's bugging me. I don't know how that. Don't tell me I've got a missed edge. Ugh. Right, never mind, never mind. Right, maybe another corner. The corners are fairly obvious, I think. I hope. That, I believe, goes at the top. That also goes at the top. Got a little zigzaggy pattern here, which I think goes between these two. There. I think there might be one or possibly two more pieces that fit there. It goes in there. Mm. Ah, that goes up the side. Right. Slowly getting the hang of this, I think. I don't want to speak too soon though. Um, that I believe goes that side. Yeah. Okay, I've got some more of that pattern. Um, that's the top corner. Does that go there? No, it doesn't. It goes there somewhere. That piece. Wait, I think we're going into a new patch there. So where is this? Again, could be false edges. That's a false edge, I think. Yeah. Right, I'm just keeping on. Goes up there. Oh, there's the top corner. Yes. Will that go there then? No, it doesn't. That goes there. Oh, no, wait, where do you go? Where's the other one of those? Yeah. Of course it. Oh, again, I think that's false edge. Ugh. Ooh, this puzzle. It's a tricky one. There's another one, look. Another one of those. Ooh, monsters. Right, okay, we'll stick that with them. Out of the way so I don't get confused. That's good. That one's in. Hmm. So, Clark, you're working on this at the same time then? That's pretty cool. Got a little mini puzzle along going on. Does anybody else have this puzzle? Nope. Alright, I'm starting to get some of the reds together, but the reds really aren't jumping out at me as much as some of the other colours. That doesn't go there. That is a bit more of a vibrant shade of sort of pink. And that goes down here. That's the bottom corner, that's not the top corner. Okay. Might not get quite as much built as I had hoped in this puzzle today, but I will do my best. That goes there. That goes there. Right, so the top is starting to come together as well. There we are. Look at that. Lovely rainbow. Right. So, wait, where's the other? I've got one, two, three corners. Where's the other corner? Did I pull them all out? There it is. Right. Okay, so that's the top corner. And they go around the corner. Got ya. Got you, got you, got ya. Nope. Wait. You go there. I don't seem to have many of those white and red pieces. Oh, I'm having to concentrate, folks. Like, intently. It goes in there. That one goes there. I'm a little in my own way here. Where will I? things. I just need to move them in a bit. Perhaps I'll move those out a bit. I wish I could find that piece. It's very frustrating not having that piece. Right, that goes up there. Oh, there's a red piece there first. Don't think that's an edge. Don't know about that one. What's this bit? Got a little bit that's come together here. I think it's this. So it's underneath that. Pretty sure there's another piece attaching those though. It's not that. Right, where are you then? Got that. Got that. Right. So there's a piece or two that goes here that needs to attach that, and it's like a tartany shade. There. Right, I never would have put that in there. That's you, found you. Nope. Wait, where are you? Oof, this is. Okay, I think they go up there. I knew these reds would give me some trouble. And usually red's one of the colours that jumps out at me first. But I had a feeling it wasn't going to be so easy with this one. Right, that gets in there. No, that goes in there. So where are you? You're at the top, I think. No, you're at the bottom. You're here somewhere. There. Right. Okay, that's that in. Uh, Is this a standard size? 69 by 48. Yeah, it is. Okay, I don't know, for some reason it feels wide. There. Right, so I think for that piece, I think I have the full width here. So let's move these up here because I am pushing these off the board. I think I have the full width of the puzzle. Again, for that piece. Pretty sure there isn't another one there. And I'm really hoping I don't have any others missing. because it's just more satisfying when you have the full edge. Oh, this is just a blank red square. As if it wasn't tricky enough. No, that's not right. And that's not right. Wait. But you are, though, and so are you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And that one and that one, right. So they fit in there. I don't, for some reason, I seem to be very zoomed in. Um, there. It's a bit better, isn't it? Um, now then, this is quite in the way, so I'm gonna need to fill them in. So I've got the whole left side, I think. And then we've got these go up here, definitely. What about that? Do they? Oh, maybe they don't. Hang on. Oh, no, yeah, they do. There. Right. I've had one in wrong. And you don't go there, but you do. Oh my gosh, that's over here. There's a red one over here. Are you having all, like, literally all the same experiences as me, Clark? It's very tricky, isn't it, this? Right, they attach. And I think I've got several here that just aren't even edge pieces. I honestly don't think I have edge pieces here. That goes there. And I've clearly got some missing. Um, I think that's about what I can manage with the edge. Oh no, that fits. So I've got the top edge. I think I've got one missing there and one at the bottom missing. Or possibly two missing there. No, that's not it. So these are false edges, I think. All right. There we are. Unless I've got something wrong. Because that looks bigger than that side. I don't know. I think I just need to find the edges and then I'll figure it out. There we go. Edge done anyway, more or less. You doing this puzzle was a good excuse to pull this puzzle out and do it again. Oh, you've done it before. Wicked. So the puff. My nephew and his wife are having a baby. I thought them I bought them, sorry, a couple of onesies. One says Accio milk, the other Snuggle this muggle. Ah, that's cute. How are you, Slitherpuff? I didn't see you come in. Sorry, I was all in the zone with the edge. Thomas, I've just been outside for a few minutes and I think my neighbours must think me a little odd. My headphones kept cutting in and out. I kept hearing, you go there, in little clips and kept laughing. That's all right. Your neighbours can think that. Better than being not. Who wants to be normal, Thomas? Right. So I think some of these ended up in there, some of that pattern. Um, I've homed in on these smaller piles. This is a very specific pattern. It's like golden green. Um, and there are two that are like that. This one and this one. And in fact, one of them might attach to the edge. Uh, down here. So that would be good if I could find where it attaches. This might be one area where um the transitions come in handy because I could see if there's like a neighboring patch. I could see which one of the two it is, if you see what I mean. So there, I managed to get those in. And one is next to a green patch with yellow flowers. That's this one. That one isn't. So this one. Wait, no, that's not right. This one. Um, it's quite a bright green, so I think this goes down here somewhere. Again, green patch with yellow flowers. Aha. Right, so the transitions are helping me a bit. Then again, that's this patch down here, the little checkered one. I'm gonna have to really um focus on these pieces. Goes over here somewhere. Um, really just kind of study them, if you see what I mean. I think that might go there. What's that one? That's going to be the one further up. They're the ones further up. They both have this one next to them, so that's going to be a bit confusing. Goes further up. That one also goes further up. These ones are going to get me with the light blue next to them. Now, ooh, do you know, I've just spotted there's a very slightly different background colour. That is a lighter brown than this. This is more like a gold. Okay, that's different. It's more like blue. I think that goes up there. That's more. Right, so are these ones going to be down here then? Ah, yes, they are. Yeah, I see what you mean now, Clark. Um, if you look closely, there's like very slight variances. Of course, this one actually does have both colours in it, but it's sort of half split in half. No, that's not it. That one is. There. There. Is that? Nope. Right. That's got a bit of both. I think they sit there. Wait. Nope. That goes up there. Oh, it goes in there. Right. I'm getting the hang of this. I'm getting the hang of it. Don't want to speak too soon, but I'm getting the hang of it. Okay. Think does that go? No. There we are. Uh, okay, right, and then I have my sort of neutrals here because these ones could be either one of them. So um, they're a bit more tricky. Right. Well, that's not bad. Some of them might be in here, like that, for example, and that. Where I can only see a little bit of this pattern and more of the neighboring patterns. So, but at least I actually know what to look for. Good to have these spread out. There's another one there. Mm, okay, well, that'll do for now. Um, right. So maybe I can get some of the patch more in the middle together. Let's see. They just sit together, and there's a wobbly piece there. That one. Mm, that one. There's some very wobbly pieces. Um, where are you? You should be so obvious. Is it you? Yes, it's you. Right, okay. Still can't look at that. They go next to each other, but they don't interlock. Come on. Right, if I can get you in, then they'll be locked. And there'll be no escape. The question is, do I have you? Not that one, at least. Yes. Oh, even then. Eh, well, it's kind of wedged in now. A bit more secure. Is that? No, that doesn't go there. It goes there. Yes. Right. There. Yes. Okay. It's coming. It's coming, folks. Are you down here? Where are you? Ah. Right, you're there. Okay, that makes more sense. Right. And that one that goes in there. Okay. Phew, that's two patches kind of ish done. That one, which is down here, and that one, which actually goes that way and floats around about there. What do you think? Something. It's something. And that leaves me out of that pile with these, which are the ones that attach here, I think. Pardon me, sorry, that's my sparkling water. So I could perhaps make this one a little bigger. And we've got some big wonky pieces on this one. There. Um, that one. I'm sort of using the shapes here to try and guide me a bit. Attempting to anyway. So that means that goes that way, which means that attaches there. Right. So then that goes in there. Once you've got a few in, you can use the shapes to help put the rest together. Um, okay, you go there, and you go there, and you, I think, sit there. Like that, and then there's probably, yeah, there is another one there, and some of the other darker ones are probably sitting in this pile somewhere. This is more the generic greens, slightly brighter. Um, that one I feel like I should have somewhere in here, but I can't see it. Trying to spread these out so they're in a single layer. Right, no, I can't see it at the moment. Right, and then that one's very similar to that one, but that one has bigger flowers. Let's get that pattern out. With a bit of luck, I could have like a line going up, linking the top to the bottom, although it's 25 past 2. Mind you, wait, we started later, didn't we? I've got to get the 11:30 start out of my head. We started at 12:30, so I've been going almost a couple of hours. Um, So I don't know if I'll get the full line done, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going for these. They look like little yellow daisies almost. Um, and there's two patches with them in, very close, to the patches I've already built. So I've got to do a bit of figuring out with them, but I think that's most of those separated. Got those. Yeah, I think that's most of them. So pop those there. I'll work on them in a second. Mm. I find myself wanting to reach through and rummage through the piles. Puzzle's looking good. Oh, thank you, Saga. For you. Yeah, it is. It's nice to look at. Even just the piles of pieces are nice to look at because it's so colourful. Um, it is dangerous for us to look too closely at the pieces. If we see one which fits somewhere, it would drive us mad until Vicky sees it. Yeah, that's happened before. Several times, in fact. Find it really interesting to see how different people puzzle. I'm far more chaotic and almost never pick the border first. Usually I do the border first, but not in every case. Not in every case. The red border is very challenging. It's fascinating that I missed the same purple piece on the bottom right in an initial sort too. Oh, did you? It's crazy. Your experience is so close to mine. That is kind of insane because it seems like that's a fairly standard edge piece. Um, it's interesting to hear how similar your experience is to Vicky's. Yeah, it really is. No, I agree. And I agree with you as well, Tourmaline, that it's interesting to see how different people puzzle. Hi, Cara. How are you? I went for a nap and slept for 3 hours. That's a decent nap. Very decent nap. Vicky, your vision must be amazing to just be able to see/find the needed piece so quickly. Those must be special glasses. Hmm, I don't know about that. I feel like I need a new prescription, to be honest. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's um, just I don't know. Lots of practice, I guess. I must admit. So I sat when I was at Diddley Squat. They had the 1,000 piece puzzle out, and it was completed. It was together, but we took a few patches out of it to build. To do a bit of filming and be building it while we were talking. So there were a couple of little gaps, one more on Lisa's side and one a bit more on my side. And Lisa and I talked a bit, and then she said, "Right, so do you want to put those pieces in?" So and there were two trays, and one tray had all the pieces I needed. So it was sort of half done, really, if you think about it. But I had a little section with writing on it, and I just homed in straight on the writing. I find writing fairly okay to do. So she's like, "Do you want to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." People that were filming um, from Diddley Squat and Lisa, they were like, "Oh, she's straight in. She's really quick." I was like, "Oh, well, I've got a little bit with writing, so it's pretty easy." Um, I don't know. They all just seemed really impressed. Um, and I was like, "Well, you give me an easy bit." I said, "But I'm glad you're impressed." Thanks. It just made me laugh because they seemed so obvious to me. But when you've been doing puzzles for so long and so often, I don't know. I guess you home in. That's not to say I'm a speedy puzzler though. Yeah, okay. I suppose you could say I'm fairly quick, but I'm no champion speed puzzler like. It made me smile because they were like, "Oh right, oh okay, you're in there." I don't know if they wanted me to go slower or not. Well, I don't know. Um, but it was funny. But yeah, no, my oh gosh, my eyesight's got worse in the last couple of years. But I think practice makes a big difference. Yeah, Bergdus, yeah, absolutely, 100%. She's good at finding pieces. I do such a lot of puzzles so often. I mean, we all do a lot of puzzles. We're all good puzzlers. I guess I just do a lot often, you know? So this one square is so beautiful. I can only imagine how great the rest of the puzzle will be. So pretty. Yeah. I think it's gonna be very satisfying towards the end when I'm gap filling. There's a bit more green than I thought. Yeah. Well, yeah, more than I thought too, but honestly, I feel like that's the least colour. Um, yes, it seemed like such a small pile until she spread them out. Yeah, oh, that one. Yeah, but that's kind of all the greens. There were just a few that really stood out as being different. So these were smaller. I got up a little ago and I thought I would miss you. Yeah, I'm a little bit later today, Cara. A little bit later today, so hopefully that helped. Are you going to show up on the actual television show? Not a clue. Not a clue. So the new season 5, comes out next week. On Wednesday, I think it is, the 3rd of June. So that all the filming for that's done. They were obviously doing some filming, uh, because when Jeremy Clarkson appeared, he had an entourage with him. I mean, it was like a snake of people sort of following him, and there were cameras, obviously. I could see a drone hovering around for most of the day because you get like if you've seen the show, you'll see you get a lot of these kind of aerial shots of the farm. 'Cause it's a sizable farm. Um, so that made sense. So if I turn up in any kind of bit of it, it would be presumably next year's season, the one that comes out next year. But I would doubt it. I spoke to him for about 5 seconds. He clearly was very busy. He sort of swooped in because I actually got a little bit of camera footage completely by accident. Right, I was standing there, just a bit of a loose end. I wasn't particularly talking to anybody, and I thought, oh, I'll at that moment, and I thought, oh, I'll do a bit of filming. I'll pan around and just get a good overview of the scene. So I was looking towards the lambing barn, which is sort of behind the shop, and there's a load of like picnic benches and stuff like that. There were a lot of people there. There was a big queue at the because it's open to the public, so it was busy. And there were a lot of people, and I started there, and I started to pan round, and I was going to do kind of just like a circle, and I got about this far, and there he was. Because I suddenly thought, oh, he looks familiar. And of course, I stopped filming. But I had forgotten that I was doing that. I'd forgotten I was filming when he appeared. So I actually got him kind of marching into the shot. And he's walking really fast. Um, and he's got this big long tail of sort of people behind him. And there were people with cameras. So who knows if I'll appear in one of the shots. He came up. He, gosh, it was, sorry. I'm remembering. Like I said, I'm going to reiterate here, did not expect to see him at all, even glimpse him. I knew we were going to see Lisa, but I didn't expect to see him. So when he turned up, that was a shock in and of itself. And I just sort of stood there, and obviously he turned up with a lot of people. All the public that were there that spotted him, they all crowded in because they all wanted to get pictures of him and stuff. So there was just suddenly this throng of people, and it took me aback and nobody was expecting it. And then all of a sudden, I could hear Vicky, and the Ravensburger people and the Diddley Squat people were going like this, beckoning me, and I was like, "What?" It was one of those moments where they're shouting your name, and obviously I know my name's Vicky, but I wanted to say, "Is there another Vicky behind me?" And obviously I realised they were talking to me, so I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, what?" But when he shook my hand and my voice went squeaky because I go a bit what's the word? I think don't get starstruck exactly, but when I meet celebrities, I just go a bit tongue-tied. I don't really know what to say, and a bit, and nervous, and so, and I suddenly he shook my hand, and he appeared really quickly, and the fact that I wasn't expecting it didn't help, and my voice went a bit high pitched. I was like, "You," shaking his hand, and then he said, "How long does it take you to do them?" And I went, "Oh, there's a 1,000-piece puzzle, and there's a 500-piece puzzle, and there's a 100-piece puzzle." Um, and I went, "Which one?" He said, "Well, any of them." And I went, "Oh, I'd say the 500-piece about an hour and a quarter." And then he was like, "Oh, okay." And he said something else. I can't remember what he said after that. And then he was off. He sort of disappeared as fast as he appeared. And that was it. And I just sort of stood there like, what just happened? It was just one of those whirlwind moments that happened and was over. It's like that. And then there was a girl there that was taking um some details from us because she said, "Oh, I need to the permission to say you'll be on camera," kind of thing. So, and that was fine, but who knows? I mean, they must take so much footage, and a lot of it won't get used. Like even when I'm making my videos, and let's be honest, compared to a big TV show like Clarkson's Farm, um, mine's just amateurish. I'm just one person with a camera. But even I only use about 20% of the footage I actually create. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, that's a convoluted answer to your question, but I thought it was a fun story, and I'll tell it again in the video. I'll put some pieces in. Look, um, but maybe they'll do a little bit about the puzzle. Lisa was talking about having a little competition, I think, with Jeremy. So whether or not he wanted just a general idea of how long it could take to do a puzzle or what in readiness of that, whether they're planning on putting something like that in, these are just my surmisings. I don't know, but it's possible, I guess. There were camera people there. But if I am in it and I find out I am, you will all be the first to know. I will, of course, let you know. Look, I was in it for a millisecond. Look, there I am. Okay. Oh, that was it. I'm gone. Maybe you might be in a puzzle ad. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, Diddley Squad, the team that were there on behalf of Diddley Squad taking footage and stuff like that, they were lovely. Um, they did chat to me and film me a bit, chatting to them. So I'm hopeful I'll turn up on some socials when the puzzles come out, because obviously I was there for the puzzles. That was the main thing. Um, but yeah, um, that definitely it was a shocker, and everybody was taken aback. I don't think anybody expected it to happen. Like people from Ravensburger, none of us, because I remember looking over at Haley, one of the Ravensburger people, after it had all happened, and she went, "Oh, I did try to warn you, but there wasn't really any time for warnings. It was just pop. There he was." Mm. So Vicky's Jeremy Clarkson story. I know. Did he stop and look at the puzzles? He was clearly doing some filming, so I don't think he had time to do that. I think he would have looked at them in more detail possibly even before the event, because obviously this project, the collaboration, has been in process for a few months, so there's been talks and stuff like that. So it's very possible that he's seen them in more detail already. But that was a flying visit. He took the time to shake my hand and he asked me that question. And then he went to, there was like a little bit nearby where there was some work going on, and he went over there and he was looking at that. And then he went to another bit and did something else. Because I could kind of see him from a distance for a little while, and then off he went. So he was obviously very, very busy. And Lisa as well had said when she was just about to go and leave, she spent a good bit of time with us. But when she was going, she was like, "Oh, going to do more filming." So yeah, they're obviously in the throes of it, and they were very busy. But yeah, no, he didn't stop at that point. KN. OMG, Vicky versus Jeremy Clarkson speed puzzling competition. Let's go. No, no, not me. Lisa and Jeremy. That's what Lisa was saying. She was talking about having a little competition between the two of them. Um, so yeah, hopefully we will see that. I would love to see that. I think that'd be fun. But she was talking about that. So again, whether that'll make it into the show, not a clue. I mean, it's a show about farming at the end of the day, so might not. It might not. But it was yeah, it was a nice experience. Mm. It was a nice experience. Right. Okay. That would be cool though if I was in the show. I would love that. But I will of course let you know if I find anything out. Um, so as I say, this one here with the green background and the yellow flowers, the flowers are bigger in this one than in the one up here. So I'm hoping that gives me a wee bit of a clue. There we go. Um, there's a tiny bit of the neighbouring section there. There it is. You can see that there. Um, nope. Ah, it's this bit. Okay. Yeah, so there's a red, it's like a dark red. Oh no, that's next to both of them. Ah, give me a clue, puzzle. Give me a clue. It's there. Ah, okay, I think I found where that bit is. There we go. The little round bit in the middle, nestled in the middle. Yeah, they actually they have a few of the same ones neighbouring the different sides, so that's not making it too easy. There. If I could get that one locked in so it's not um shifting around too much. No. Okay. Come on, I know I can get more of you in. That one? Yes. And that one's a bit more of a normal shape. I think that one? Yes. Okay, that's better. That's got a little sticky uppy bit. So, oh, maybe it's that bit. Hang on. Ah! Yay! I touched a bit. Woohoo! Right. Okay, good. That's good. Um, so then where's this? Again, very, very slight differences in the background colour. You're right, Paul. You are right. I am seeing them now. Now I'm starting to actually build it. I'm seeing them a bit more clearly. The differences. Which means I've got most of this one in, so these should go up here. I'm just hoping, if if I am on the show at any point, that I don't look like a complete and utter numpty. Because I really was totally flummoxed by the whole thing. And afterwards, as awesome as it was, afterwards, when I was thinking about it, I thought, oh gosh, I hope I didn't look really stupid or sound really stupid. That one goes there. Right, there we go. Yay! So those two patches are pretty much done. So we've got three together there. And it is possible. Oh, maybe, right. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to get an entire row in, but maybe I can find a way to attach this to the top by doing maybe that bit and that bit. Like, so that patch is this one. Maybe I could do this one and then that one is there. Or even maybe just attach them by the point there. So I don't have to do two patches. So what I'm after really is this kind of pattern. Um, with the really bright green leaves. There, that goes in there. I don't think it's quite that bright. That's almost yellow, that one. Okay, so, um, that one? Yes. Not sure. Aha. Right, so I am like one piece away from attaching this. No, I don't think that's part of that. All that. Ah. Oh, still one piece away from attaching it. Ah, right. No, that's not. And that's not it. Where are you? Tell me I've got you out. There it is. Yay! It's attached. It's by one piece. Lingering Dreams morning. How are you? I believe Lisa is one of the artists. Wait, hang on. Sorry. For some reason, my alarm's going off on my watch. Wait, Lisa? Is somebody asking who Lisa is? I've missed some chat. I might have missed something, but who is Lisa? Apparently, Vicky talks a lot about her. Oh, okay. So, sorry. I should have explained this. So, Lisa is Jeremy Clarkson's girlfriend, and she is a big part of the show. Um, but it's really Lisa that's kind of spearheaded the puzzles. Um, I suppose you could, and this is putting it very, very, very simply, because obviously it's the farm is Jeremy Clarkson's, it's his home, and he owns it, and obviously they make the show based on the farm and the farming. The show is called Clarkson's Farm, and that is done through Amazon. That's all with Amazon. Diddley Squat Farm is the name of the farm itself, and the farm shop's the Diddley Squat Farm Shop, and all of that. But they're kind of separate brands, if you see what I mean. So you got Clarkson's Farm, which is the brand with Amazon, and you've got Diddley Squat Farm. And it's and Lisa, the puzzles are Diddley Squat Farm puzzles. So the collaboration is Diddley Squat Farm and Ravensburger. And Lisa really is the kind of the spearhead of that. If does that make sense? So yes, she was behind a lot of the planning for it and all of that, and she came over to see the puzzles. She signed a few of the puzzles as well, and but she's Jeremy Clarkson's girlfriend. So that's who she is. Sorry, I if I didn't explain that. Um, so Lisa is Vicky's rival for the speed puzzle competition. JK, I don't know. Work got busy and I missed so much stuff. I believe Lisa is one of the artists. No, she's not. And she's in a lot of the episodes. So I mean, there's a lot of really fun characters in the show. It's such a good show, and I will say this. Um, it's a worthwhile watch. And I'm not just saying that because of the puzzles and because I got invited there and stuff. It had been recommended to me by several people, and I've always found Jeremy Clarkson quite funny. And I like the way he tells stories, and he does such a good job of that in Clarkson's Farm. But it's not just that it's a lot of fun. It's a fun show. And it's really great stories about the farm and how it's changed and stuff since he took over doing the farming. It really highlights a lot of the issues and things surrounding British farming. Which I mean, if you don't have a farming background or you know nothing about farming, it's really quite eye-opening when you see it. Just the amount of work and stuff they have to do and obstacles, they have to kind of overcome and things. So it's a real worthwhile watch for fun, for entertainment, but just for kind of getting educated about this stuff and oh no, it's disconnected. Hang on, please reconnect. It reconnected, thank goodness. You may have lost me just for a second there. Sorry if you did. Um, but I'm back. It wasn't Son. He didn't turn the internet off. It's fine. It's just my software disconnected. Anyway, the point is, um, she's one of the people in it. She's one of the sort of cast, if you like. She's a big part of it. Um, so that's Lisa. I'm just going back to catch up a bit. Lingering Dreams morning. She was there at the farm when Vicky visited. Yes, she was. Speaking of jigsaw speed competition, are we excited for Canadian Nationals this weekend? I can't be. We will see a puzzle by Ciro Marchetti. Oh, is Marchetti one of the artists? I know it's coming up. I've seen things about it. Um, oh, it should be great. Wait, isn't Dean McAdam one as well? Is Dean McAdam one of the artists? I think he is. KN, no clue, but we can expect puzzles by artists Dean McAdam, Regina Tilley, and Ciro freaking Marchetti. You're clearly very excited about this SS. Pack full of amazing artists. I know that does sound amazing. Never heard of Regina. Wonder if Connor gets to travel that far. Sorry, it's not Regina, it's Redina. Redina, isn't it? Yeah, Redina Tilly. She was one of the artists for US Nationals too. She had two puzzles there. Of course, Vicky will win. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. It's not me doing this. I really just want to try and do it quick now to see if I can actually do it in an hour and 15, because that's what I've told him. Oh, now I'm like, oh gosh, I better not make myself a liar. I better actually do it and see if I can. I feel like that's a fairly realistic time for me. Who knows? Circles are a bit, they're not easy circles. Um, but yeah, no, it's Lisa and Jeremy, I think. If it even goes ahead. I mean, they're busy people. Um, but that is what she said. Those yellow donut slash sunflowers look distinct. Yes. Um, and it would be cool if Connor got to travel that far. Yeah, I agree with you. Virginia Tilly did two of the puzzles in US Nationals. If you're talking of the kid Connor, he completed one of her puzzles during pairs prelim. Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing the new puzzles from the Canadian Championships. Have all the live streams tagged, hoping to catch some of the reveals. Oh yeah, that's great when they're live streamed, isn't it? Thank you, Vicky. We love our farmers, especially our farmers' girlfriends who love puzzles. Yes, well, exactly, exactly. You're back. I know. I'm sorry. My bad. Hello, cuddly bear. How are you? Is it Redina? I think it's Redina. Yeah. Am I right? I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me. Wait, I've got a Redina Tilly puzzle somewhere. Is it behind me? Oh, okay. Might be on my pile over there. Darn it. I've got one somewhere. Um, I could have checked. Vicky, do you ever shop on Etsy? Not very often. Not very often, no. Why'd you ask? I hope Clarkson doesn't expect to do it as fast as you. He could be disappointed. Well, I've no idea. Honestly, that was the only question he asked me. So who knows? Who knows why he asked? I'm not sure. Maybe he was just trying to get an idea. Um, and I'm sure they think that's fast, but they haven't met Rachel Chambers. At least I don't think so. I mean, she wipes the floor with me when it comes to speed. Twins. So where are you located? Where is who located, sorry? Hoping to go to Puzzles Canada next week during the week to pick up the puzzles. Oh, that's amazing. Redina Tilly, right, okay. Do you know what? I get mixed up. Because she's got quite a unique name, hasn't she? So I sort of hear different versions of it. So I genuinely do question sometimes if I'm right. So thank you. Thanks for confirming that, Sandra. North Carolina. YouTube streams it is. Yeah, Val, you're in Canada, right? If I've remembered rightly. Okay, right, okay. It is now 3 o'clock here in the UK, which means I've been going for 2.5 hours. I think now is the time to stop, but I'm happy with the progress I've made with this green section. So I think my next task will be to largely finish these green patches, like that one, um, like some of these flowers, and then that should get this pile down and hopefully attach top to bottom, and then I'll do essentially the same as I've done here with this pile and try and get this area together. And then once I've done that, it'll be a case of doing another phase of sorting. and taking it from there. But I'm happy with that so far, considering I've done all the sorting in this stream. Um, this is good, I think. I've got a bit built up. They're both attached to the edge. I've got most of the edge apart bar two pieces. I think that's looking good. Um, you get mixed up too. All the time. I'm a crazy mixed up kid. I googled it to check. Yeah, well, this is the thing I have to check because gosh, it's just I can't trust my own brain nowadays. Yeah, I'm close to Toronto, but my life was too busy to go to nationals. I guess I can offer if anyone wants a puzzle and can't get it, maybe I can arrange pickups. Oh, well, that's nice of you. I created a puzzler goose design. A puzzler goose. Or wait, a puzzle goose. So you've made a puzzle. Great progress. Thank you, Mogdis. Yeah, do you have an Etsy shop? Val, you're a gem, but I wouldn't impose US tariffs on you. Plus, I'm hoping Ravensburger US will have the puzzles on their website by Monday. I would imagine they will. I'd be surprised if they didn't. Great job, thank you. I'm hoping it this week. Oh, nice. Oh, have a wee look. 5 listings live, but a huge batch going up today. Oh, have a wee look. Thanks for letting us know. Okay, right. Well, I will wrap things up just now then. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I hope you've enjoyed the chit chat. A little bit of a catch up on my day on Wednesday. Um, as I say, if you missed me explaining this, I will get a video done, but it'll probably be in maybe a couple of weeks. I've obviously got to I've got to do the editing, but there's certain things I need to happen first. Um, I would love to be able to do the 500 piece in the video as well, which it hasn't been made yet. So there'll be a little bit of a wait for a video, but I would like to do one. But I'm planning on putting out plenty of posts, reels, maybe shorts, that kind of stuff. But that will start Monday, really, because the 1,000 piece puzzle will be available on Monday. But I'll talk more about that when the time comes. I don't want to say too much. But yeah, exciting things to come. And let me just say, the puzzles are a lot of fun. I really think you're going to like them. They're great. When I saw them, I was like, oh yeah, they're great. Really good. Really good. Really reflect the vibe of the farm and the show perfectly. Really nice puzzles. Anyway, that's kind of what's happening with that. So just sort of keep an ear out and I'll let you know everything as soon as I can. And as I say, video will be coming eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later, but at least a week or two. And what else? What else? What else? What else? I'll be back tomorrow, Saturday. She's thrown me doing this on a Friday. I'll be back Saturday with my Disney Museum puzzle as usual. If you haven't seen it yet, there is a short video. It's about 6 minutes long that I put up about a week ago. I did some off-camera puzzling on the Disney Museum puzzle on the floor specifically, and I did a video to show you the progress, but also to focus on how to use the repeat cut pattern in large piece counts to help you build difficult bits. I use the repeat cut pattern on the floor this time around. So go and have a look at it if you're interested in that, or if you've ever asked me how it works and stuff. It's a worthwhile rewatch because I actually built it on top of another section of the puzzle where the pattern was the same. Um, so that's on there, but I'll be back. I'll finish off the floor on Saturday this week and do a couple more of the frames or one more of the frame, however many I can fit in. And I'll be back with that then. So hopefully that's all okay. Hopefully I've covered everything. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. I'll be back next week with more of this lovely puzzle. Really enjoying it so far. Definitely a tricky one, but a lot of fun. Um, so I'll be back with this on Thursday as normal. I shouldn't have any more trips before Puzzle Camp now. Don't think. Non-planned anyway. So yes, a lot of Puzzle Camp stuff will be coming Might even do an extra stream, a sorting stream. So if I do any of that, then look out for that, or news on that. And oh, I've just found one of those. Ah, there we go. One more piece before the end. So please leave a like, leave a comment if you're catching this after the fact, and yeah, I will see you very soon. Thank you so much, everyone. Chatty bye. Happy puzzling.